Good afternoon. Well, afternoon here in the States, everybody. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Good evening to those in the across the pond. David Woodman. I'm not sure who else is his family. Yeah, that's right. David, Matt. Hello, Woodmans. If anybody else from across the pond is there, say hello, please, and let us know if you're there. I know Marion's there from California. At least I hope you are. You sent me an email and I sent you a link. Who else did I see was going on there? Well, of course, Ed Tate's there. And the Ericksons are on there. Am I missing anybody else?
Doug's mom and dad.
Oh. Hey, Mom. Hi, Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad Haig. Oh, Lynn is. Cool. Hi, Lynn. So yeah, thanks for joining us. This is our second live from the Banana Room, and we just decided we were going to call it that last night. And so we have cleverly placed bears down there with bananas, and you might see another hidden bear somewhere else as we get going here. But do me a favor. What we did last night, if you would, some people sent us a picture of their listening party, and then you can send it to ted@tedyoder.com, and just take a picture with all your food, family, friends, whatever you want to put in there, and send it to us. We want to make a nice collage of it. And am I missing anything, Donna? Rock on. Okay. Israel's there. What's his name? Yes. Hey, Navat. How you doing? Good to see you. Hope you enjoy this. All right, we're going to have some fun. We got some cover songs, some originals, and last night I know that we had some really, really good sound happening, and that is all due to our friend, producer, engineer, Nate Butler, and my wife, Donna, who is running all the controls of video and audio. She is a homemaker, mother, wife, and business partner, and all things, and genius, yes. And obviously, audio and visual director. There we go. That's what I'm thinking of. Anyway, so cool. This is Doug Haig over on percussion. You're going to enjoy this one because he's pulling out some pretty cool tricks on this, on all his gadgets over there. And so yeah, this is a song that I wrote while mowing the lawn called Indiana Skies. Had a girl. Sarah Haig, everybody.
She's on. Am now. After that.
Did you guys see the hidden teddy bear?
Accused of being an imposter because it has no.
It has no banana, so it's an imposter. That's awesome. we have no bananas. No. Anyway, I don't. Anyway. Sorry about that. Yes, Miss Sarah is playing her brand new El Candente Rojo. El Candente Rojo. He was originally named as a El Diablo from the manufacturer, but we decided we didn't want to take the devil with us on the road. So we thought...
He's already been down to Jordan's.
Yeah.
That's right.
It didn't go well for him.
So anyway, this is a whole lot of fun to finally... We did one concert together at the Logansport Library before COVID hit, and so this is the only third time. This is the third time we've been able to play with El Candente, and so anyway, lots of fun.
We did
Yeah.
fall down to the basement of the studio, though.
Oh yeah, we did. We used it on the new record too in the studio, but. So we did pick up El Candente back in late February. That's right. We were getting ready for the studio, and of course we were waiting for El Candente to be done, and so we were practicing and writing for the new album and practicing for a tour, and we got a call on Thursday that it was ready out in New Jersey, and so we had to we packed up everything. Actually started writing a song first.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, I had this idea for a song and I started writing it. And I was like, okay, we got to track this really quick just before we take off. So we did that. Then packed the van and drove overnight all the way out there. Slept like 2 hours at Lisa's place. And Lisa, yeah, thank you, Lisa. Those 2 hours were fantastic. And then we went and got El Candente, and then we drove back home. So it was we got, I don't know how late it was when we got home, but anyway. We're very excited to be here. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Donna, if I'm forgetting anything, just let me know. This one is for our dear friends out in Colorado, and this is a song from the Pavilion.
Yes.
It's called Wide Open Spaces. is so much fun. Bound to come some trouble to your life. Well, that ain't nothing to be afraid of. There's bound to come some trouble to your life. Well, that ain't no reason to fear. There's bound to come some trouble to your life. Reach out to Jesus and hold on tight. 'Cause he's been there before and he knows what it's like. And you'll find he's there. Bound to come some tears up in your eyes. Oh, that ain't nothing to be ashamed of. There's bound to come some tears up in your eyes. Oh, that ain't no reason to fear. There's bound to come some tears up in your eyes. Reach out to Jesus and hold on tight. 'Cause he's been there before and he knows what it's like. And you'll find he's there. Now people say maybe that things will get better. And people say maybe it won't be long. And people say maybe you'll wake up tomorrow and it'll all be gone. Well, I only know that maybe's just ain't enough when you need something to hold on. I only know that one thing is clear. There's bound to come some trouble to your life. That ain't nothing to be afraid of. I know there's bound to come some tears up in your eyes. But that ain't no reason to fear. There's bound to come some trouble to your life. Well, reach out to Jesus and hold on tight. 'Cause he's been there before and he knows what it's like. And you'll find he's there. For those of you who don't know, as a song by Rich Mullins. He's been gone for 22 years now. And he was my main influence on the hammered dulcimer as far as he's the first person I ever heard play one. And then, then he passed away all too soon when Donna and I were on our honeymoon and when we first got married there. So he's been gone a long time. But he's an amazing songwriter, and I miss him. So anyway, hope that one brought you a little bit of peace today. this is one of my favorite songs because I wrote it after coming home from the studio when we made the album Feels Like Home. And I was sitting, wasn't this a song, Donna? Yeah, this was. And I was sitting in the living room after being gone from the family room and just behind my dulcimer getting ready to go live on Facebook and listening to the chatter of kids and Donna in the kitchen doing stuff. And I was like, there's just no place like home. And so just started playing, and this is what popped out. This is Home Again. Seems like this is going faster than last night. Come on. It does. So, yeah, this next song is one that's pretty near and dear to our hearts, and with everything that's going on right now with just with the civil rights stuff going on. You need me to eat my microphone? Okay. Talking a little quieter than I was last night. Feeling mellower. So this song here is a Bruce Hornsby song that I wanted to play for a really long time, and we finally put it on Feels Like Home, and it's very timely right now to play it again. And I know we're in a very I don't know what you just the climate that's happening right now with all the marches and everything, and I just want to tell people the one thing that I read the other day that was really nice is that this is not a political issue. This is a human issue, and we have Black African American friends, and all of us do, and we feel very helpless in a lot of ways, in not knowing how to deal with this. And a lot of times when stuff like this comes up, we as Americans, white Americans who have not had to grow up with anything close to this, I just want to choose my words wisely, so just bear with me. But we don't know what it's like. I get a little like bristly at the the white privilege word, but it's true. We've had some privileges that we don't know what it's like to just have some profiling and racial tensions there that our fellow Americans have had to deal with, and it's a shame, and it needs to be addressed. So I try to love everybody. So whether you're Democrat, Republican, I don't care, and I honestly don't care. I just want to be human to you and with you for our fellow brothers and sisters. That whether it's blacks, Asians, Hispanics, or anything in between. I love America. I love our police force. I love our military. And so I'm not bashing any of them. I have many friends who are, many friends and fans who are ex-military and police. And I am ever so grateful for them, for the good people. And we must not allow the bad apples, if you will, to paint the picture for everybody. All of America is not racist. All of America is not white privilege. All of America, I don't know, insert whatever you want to put there. But we have T-shirts that we sell on the website that says, be human, be kind. And that we believe that very strongly. We want to spread love and peace. And when necessary, we feel it necessary to stand up. And whether I lose fans for standing up and saying this needs to be addressed and fixed, you can't legislate the heart, for one thing. And so the only way you can change a heart is by actually getting to know somebody and talking with them and finding out where they're at and what prejudices they deal with, or what hurts they deal with. And so I guess I encourage you to do that before you pass judgment on anybody. So, yes. So this is a song that we are going to sing in hand with our fellow Americans who have not known the freedoms that we have had. Yes, Donna? Advantages, yeah, advantages that we have. And say that it will get better because we are committed as much as we can to help make it better because this is a human issue. And so I ask you that you would join with us and find out how we can serve our African American black brothers and sisters. Standing in line, marking time, waiting for the welfare dime, 'cause they can't buy a job. Man in a silk suit hurries by as he catches a poor old lady's eye. Just for fun, he says, get a job. 'Cause that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. But don't you believe them? Say, hey little boy, you can't go where the others go, 'cause you don't look like they do. I said, hey old man, how can you stand to think that way? Did you really think about it before you made the rules? He said, son, well, that's just the way it is. And some things will never change, 'cause that's just the way it is. Don't you believe them? Now they passed a law in '64 to give those who ain't got a little more, but it only goes so far, because the law don't change another's mind when all they see at the hiring time is a line on the color bar. No, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change, 'cause that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, it is. Thank you. All right, this is a song that many people ask me to play all the time, and I always say, I can't, because I'm on Facebook, and so now I can, because I'm on YouTube. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
They went wild virtually.
Oh, good. Good. I need a new mic stand. Yes, okay. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Wow, see? It still turned into 50 minutes. I forgot to tell everybody, just so I get kudos from all my people across the pond, all my British friends like the Woodmans. I have a London fog here. And if you don't know what that is, that just made me feel better. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to do a Q&A after this, so there's a little bit of a delay between what... I'm sorry, I need to look at the camera, not over there. The computer's over there. We're going to do a Q&A after this last song here. So if you have some questions, go ahead and send them to Lissa and Donna in the chat, and they'll because there's a delay between what you're saying and what I'm playing. That way we're all on the same page and we can just hit the ground running. So thank you so much for joining us. How many people did we have show up? About 50? Well, some didn't log in, yeah. We had 75 in the banana room last night. And that was awesome. Fire marshal got upset. He's going to shut us down. So it's so cool to be able to do this. And I, when we were setting up and doing some test runs, Doug and Donna and Sarah were like, "You should hear this. This sounds really good." And I'm like, "Never mind. I just want to do it." And and then I listened to a little bit of it back, what we did last night, and I was like, "Oh wow, that really does sound better than the Orchard." This sounds a bit different than me just setting up my iPhone with all the wind. And I know the Orchard has a certain charm, and we're not going to get rid of the Orchard, but we do like the banana room here, and this is fun. It's fun being able to chat with you guys and have. Yeah, this has been fun. I hope you enjoyed yourself today. So, wow, that's better. So this last song is March of the Crocus, and it speaks of hope and determination, and it built off of or written off of the little tiny crocus flower that peeks its head up in Indiana winters. And fights through the cold and the dark to let us know that hope never dies, and winter and cold and night won't last forever. So if you're going through a hard time right now, hope this gives you some encouragement to march on, teddy bears. Well, thank you again to Nate Butler for setting up our sound for us a long time ago so that we can do this and do it well. Thank you to Donna and Lissa for everything and all their hard work. And now that, thank you Doug and Sarah as well. And now that we have this all set up and all the bugs worked out and everything, we can do this again and again. And so if you enjoyed this, you can look for it later this month too. Probably in a couple weeks, we're going to try and do this again. So Navat, if you are still on here, how is the time in Israel right now? I'm just interested in that. So if you could let us know. I don't know if if this works out for everybody and it's a better time than 8 o'clock here, which is like 5 o'clock in the morning and not that early, but it's really early in England and stuff like that. So if this all works out for everybody, we might keep doing the 8 p.m. on Friday and the 2 p.m. on Saturday. So, all righty. Questions?
Just repeat the question after me so they know what you're answering.
Okay, repeat the question after you.
What does it cost to pay royalties for cover songs?
What does it cost to pay royalties for cover songs? Okay, so when you make it for an album, it is 9 cents per copy. So if you make a 1,000 CDs, that's $90, right? Yeah. For one song, for 1,000 copies. So if you have 2 or 3 or 4 cover songs on your album, just multiply that. Also, that's the same price for digital. So digital sales. And I'm going to do a shameless plug, which I'm not getting paid for at all. But for DistroKid is when we do Don and I have been doing this for a while now, 10 years, and all the other places that we did all our digital distribution through, we had to buy the licensing for the songs, and then had to keep track of how many copies were sold digitally as well, so that we could stay on top of that and the artist can get paid. That was a pain in the rear. DistroKid is the only one that I know of that will take that out before they even pay you. So they'll track all of those plays the buys actually, on Amazon and iTunes and stuff like that. So if people buy the streams, they'll take out 9 cents before they even pay you. So you still have to take care of the physical stuff. And yeah.
I think their question may have been more related to the video. Why can't you do
Oh, the video. Oh, yeah, sorry.
we can't make videos?
Yes. So, yeah, related to doing it on video, YouTube has licenses agreements in place with all the major companies, BMI, Sony, ASCAP, all those. Well, not BMI, but the record companies. And so that's why you can do cover songs on YouTube. You can monetize them, which means just running ads. You can monetize your video, and that's how our license kicks in and the publisher gets paid. So we don't have to do anything out of pocket on YouTube. On Facebook is where you get into trouble because they don't have, you can't. There are some, back in the early days, back when the viral video happened, Kurt Smith and the guys from Tears for Fears got in touch and said, basically putting their stamp of approval on it and said, we're not going to come after this. I'm sure they reached an agreement with Facebook. Facebook has very deep pockets. So somewhere along the line, I'm sure they got paid. But they told Facebook not to take our video down, to just leave it. So we're assuming because, Kurt showed up at my house and said, hey, this is all right. Yeah. So that's definitely a huge exception. It's really quite odd, though, because, I was doing some other cover songs, weeks after that, and some of them got pulled down and some of them didn't. So it's, and then there are other people other artists I've seen that do cover songs on Facebook, but, and I don't know if they get pulled down or not, but I'm just not taking any chances. So that's it. Sorry, I didn't mean to go long-winded.
What is the translation of
El Candente Rojo is the red hot.
Yes.
Yes, the red hot. So, we were, the pipes and everything, and just, he is a beast. I don't know how to say beast in Spanish yet, but, yeah, so that's it, the red hot.
this question for Sarah?
Oh, Oh, yeah, sorry.
What is the meaning of your different mallet colors?
Oh, this is good. What is the meaning of her different mallet colors?
Well,
Other than color
So-
coordination, right?
yes, it is very color coordinated. It's awesome. I didn't do that on purpose. So when I went out to New Jersey to pick up the instrument, I have an agreement with Malletech because they're so awesome, and I got some of their mallets as well. And so I got to walk around and play with all of their mallets and choose which ones I wanted. So they sound different. They're wrapped differently. They're made of different yarn types. And actually, Donna, I'm going to walk over to this other camera for a minute. I won't be able to talk very well and do it at the same time, but I'll just walk over for a second so everybody can see the different yarns real quick. All different kinds.
Some are fuzzier.
So they sound different. So if I point this, I hope this isn't too bad on sound. I know I'm talking and now I'm going to play. So this is a practice mallet. It's very soft. Kind of got a splatty sound. This one's really rounded. This one has a nice airy sound.
Is that the dual?
Yes. Oh, no, that's a soft one. But
That's
there's
just soft. Okay.
So same series, but different when, if you go soft, it's nice and quiet, but then if I hit it harder, it has a really hard attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Dual response, is that what they call
Dual
those?
response,
Dual
yeah.
response mallets.
and this one's very hard.
Yeah.
So I can change mallets based on the room that I'm in, based on the song that I'm playing. So it's like Ted's hammers, basically. That,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could have just said that. Dang it. Yeah. That.
Right into a hammer question. Those titanium hammers that
No.
you're using.
No. Oh, yes. Are they titanium hammers? Sorry. No, the answer is just no. No, they're carbon fiber. No answer for you. They're carbon fiber. Some have a little bit more flexibility. They have a little bit different weights because, like this one here, is a double-sided, or you can play on both sides. This is just one side, has a little more flexibility to it. And these are one-sided as well and have a whole lot of flexibility to them. So depending on what song I'm playing, again, just like the mallets, I want a punchier sound or a softer sound, or I want a certain rhythmic rebound, because it's kind of like it's like a drumstick too,
yeah,
because
exactly.
you'll get hits off of a drum head depending on how far your hands are in on the sticks and how heavy the sticks are and that kind of stuff. So very similar. Similar. Oh, very similar. Similar.
Somebody asks why there are missing slats in the marimba.
Oh, okay, yeah.
How long is it? Because they're down to 15 feet.
So the question is, why are there missing slats in the marimba, and how long is it? So the how long is it question, it's 9 feet long. My old one that I had was about 7 feet long, and this one has not quite another octave, but close to it on the low end, so it's 2 feet longer. The missing slats are because it's laid out like a piano. So if you think about white keys, that's the naturals, and the black keys up here are the accidentals. So there are holes in between because it's a chromatic instrument. So the resonators in between, they're a little bit for show. They're not really needed in between the accidentals, but if I do this, you'll see it's chromatic. Yeah, so.
Just like a piano.
Yep.
Okay, we're getting into personal
Hygiene.
Oh no.
Does Sarah dye her hair to match her mallets?
Ooh.
She got red mallets, did she get red hair?
Ooh.
Well, yesterday the question was, do I dye my hair to match my mallets, and would I dye my hair red because of the resonators? Yesterday I was challenged to do red on the sides to match and leave the top purple. We'll have to see if
This
my
could get
hairdresser
fun.
can do it.
This
Yes.
could get fun.
Yes. No, you know what? I spent a decade in corporate America. We had gray walls, gray everything, and I just needed more color. So purple works with my red complexion already. It's like the only color I can get away with. I could go red. We'll have to see if they can do it on the sides. It was not intentional to match the mallets, but it just worked out that way. I got lucky.
All right, we're going to move on to some Doug questions.
Yes.
The first, of course, is what is that gourd you're playing?
What is that gourd I'm playing? It is a gourd shape. Actually, we've named him BB-8. Those of you familiar with Star Wars know BB-8. Anyway, it's an African instrument. It is known as an udu drum, U-D-U, udu. I believe it's Nigerian. Maybe somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a music historian, but anyway. Normally they're made out of clay. Thankfully, this one was not because I've dropped it. It's made of fiberglass, but it's got a lot of different striking surfaces. These would have been used as water pots, and sometimes they'll even fill them with water. This one's not, but it's got different striking surfaces. I got some on the bottom. Here you can hit the sides, and then this top. Now, I didn't use this sound today, but my favorite part of the udu is this hole cut out here where you can really get a nice deep. I just love that. Yeah, that's what that is.
Cool. The final Doug question is, again, personal hygiene.
Personal hygiene for Doug.
Spend on your beard care to get that shiny beard.
And you have to
Was that
repeat the
Ed?
question.
No.
No, because if it was Ed, I was going to ask him beard care questions. His beard game is solid. So the question is, how long do I spend on beard care? I don't know. I mean, I shave around it and let it grow. I trim it when it goes wild. I do have a beard brush, so I do brush it. I shampoo it.
You should take off your hat.
Your life is no longer. They want to know about you.
This is why I spend time on beard care. I don't have much else up here to work with. So. Sneak peek.
Audra wanted to know, is this your newest dulcimer? And if so, does it have a name yet?
No, this is not my newest dulciforte. This is the first dulciforte that was out of the prototype stage, right? Yeah, this is this one. Yeah, yep. And she actually got damaged in shipping, which is like the first time in 10 years that I've had a dulcimer get damaged in shipping. And so, so she has a certain sound to her that we've just used from Feels Like Home, Lean In, and the new album, of course. Donna, I have a new one that does have a name. Her name is Adara, but Donna won't let me take her into the studio yet because she doesn't sound quite as sweet as this one. Does this one have a name?
I thought that one was
I thought that was Adara.
Yeah.
This is Adara?
Yeah.
We're correcting you on
it's
your
your
instrument's
instrument.
name.
I
This
don't
is
know.
not right.
No, because yeah. I don't know that I ever named this one, did I? Lissa?
I'm pretty sure it was just dulciforte.
No. Well, we called her Big Bertha just for kicks, but evidently I just insulted her. I hope she stays.
She's gonna go out of tune now.
She is
Great.
She is a bit of a prima donna. She likes humid baths. When we were in, some of you probably haven't seen it because it was like just a Facebook post or something, but when we were doing Feels Like Home in Chicago, the studio we were in was dry to no end. And so the second day that we had started recording, she would literally go out of tune in the middle of a song, like I was playing, and it was just like, oh, you got to be kidding me. So Nate said, I think you need some humidity, and so we went back to the Airbnb, and I filled the bathtub and I had to, they didn't have a bathtub stop, so a water stop, so I had to literally like manufacture. I took a grocery bag, plastic bag, and then a bottle of detergent and weighted it down so that it would stay and keep the water in there. And then I took the ironing board that I found, which I'm so glad they had, and I wedged it in the bathtub and closed the curtain and set her on the ironing board right above the water and everything, just left her there all night. And she was so much happier the next day. So yeah, she's a bit of a prima donna, but she sounds so good.
Show people are looking for the other bears that can't be seen off screen. So
Oh,
the other two bears.
So Donna says there's the other two bears off screen that.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the other two bears. So yes, if y'all want to be called teddy bears, you can thank Mr. Ed Tate, who came up with teddy bears last night as Ted fans, Ted Yoder band fans. So you guys are now the teddy bears, if you so please to be.
It just fits.
We're all huggable.
We're all huggable,
That's right.
and unfortunately getting squishy.
There's never a mean teddy bear, and there's like
That's true,
all the.
that's true.
It's like a teddy bear. You just know exactly what you're going to get right away, and the fans are that way.
Unless it's one of those big ones that people take the stuffing out and you know, yeah, if you've seen those videos and they scare people to death. Anyway, then you don't know what to expect from a teddy bear.
Someone asked, were you using Rosetta and Blanton hammers or just one of the two?
No, nothing, just Sam Rosetta, oh, sorry. Am I using Sam Rosetta hammers and Nick Blanton, or, yeah, so there's only two builders in America that make these, Sam Rosetta and Nick Blanton. Right now I play exclusively Sam Rosetta. Nick's a wonderful guy and a great builder, but his hammers just don't sound like Sam's. And so I am now hoarding Sam Rosetta hammers because he no longer makes them. And so maybe if I get as popular as Yanni or something like that, he might make me some. But anyway, so if you are a player and you have Sam Rosetta hammers that you don't like and they've been sitting in a tube for 10 years, please email me, and we'll work something out, you know. I'll come over, make you breakfast or something. We'll figure something out. Anyway, so yeah, I love Sam Rosetta hammers. They just pull out a certain tone of the dulcimer, and yeah.
Mr. Tate would like to acknowledge that there are not 5, but 7 because of the ones.
Oh, somebody noticed.
Wow. Okay. So.
Hey Ed, look,
Yeah.
a menu.
My mom and dad who are watching actually got me this shirt, and I wore it on purpose because of the bears. I was waiting for somebody to notice, so thanks, Ed.
Well done, Ed. Never missing a beat.
Never misses a beat.
One more question
Okay.
about they really like it when you sing.
Oh, thank you.
Do you ever sing on any of your albums?
Yes, I do. Feels Like Home has 2 songs, and Lean In has 2 songs that I sing on. The new one coming out does not. But yeah, so if you want to hear me sing more, you can get the Feels Like Home and Lean In album. So thank you.
You
Appreciate
had one
that.
on Songs from the Orchard, right?
Oh
You
yeah,
hear the
yeah, I
band?
did song. Yeah, oh wow. Yeah, Songs from the Orchard too. Yeah, so it's 3 albums. So yeah, thank you.
One more. Somebody asked what led you guys to choose the instruments you've chosen.
Wow.
Long, involved question. But
Mine is going to be easy. What the question was, what led us to choose our instruments? Mine was easy. I heard Rich Mullins play it back in the late 80s, and then I saw him play it, and I was like, what is that thing? And dear God, what is that thing? So while I play multiple, or I can play multiple instruments, and this one just, I just fell in love with, like no other instrument. And this was the first instrument in my life that, 10 years ago I felt like I was just meant to play. And so this feels like a soulmate. So that's my answer.
Mine's kind of funny. when we all got interested in music in middle school, they started having people try out different instruments. And I started playing violin first. That was my first thing. But we didn't have an orchestra. So I went around the instrument petting zoo. And the stylish middle schooler that I was, I had braces. So I couldn't get a sound out of any of the wind instruments. And I thought, well, percussion might be kind of fun. And then the next day, I told somebody I wanted to play drums, and they said, you can't play drums. Well, yeah, I don't know if they put the girl thing in there, but they just said, you can't play drums. Well, that kind of sealed the deal, so.
Just tell Sarah she can't do anything, and she'll punch you in the face and do it anyway.
Minus the punching you in the face part. I'll just do
Maybe.
it.
Ask
Maybe.
Doug.
He still has his face. Yeah, but marimba in particular, because after college, I walked away from it all, actually. Didn't play hardly anything. And then in 2016, one came out of nowhere. There's a huge story there I won't tell, but this came back into my life, and it's been awesome. You're up.
I guess I've always wanted to do percussion. I can remember since I was a real little boy. I've always wanted to do percussion. I think it's just when it comes down to it, I just love nuances of different sounds, and to me the draw of percussion is it's literally limitless. You can get so many different sounds out of anything. You're not limited to one palette of sounds. So I guess like specifically, why did I choose specific instruments like I guess the cajon? The cajon is just so versatile. And David Woodman, you play cajon, you get it. You could pull so many sounds out of it. It's like a drum set that you sit on. It's awesome.
And it's so lightweight compared to a kit.
It's lightweight, right? But all of the other things that I've collected along the way, like this lap snare from Natural Acoustics Lab. I mean, it's just so unique. It's a shaker, but a striking instrument. I mean, little things that you find along the way. Our producer, Nate Butler, I tease him that he's very expensive because every time I get around him, I walk away wanting and needing more percussion stuff. So, like this cymbal over here, it's 3-tone, and that's his fault. And the ocean
So
drum,
true. It's so true.
snare, that's Nate's fault too, and our bass player Toby. So I don't know. I just love all sorts of different percussive sounds.
Very cool. Is that it?
One last one that came in, and I'm trying to find it.
Did Navat say what time it was in Israel? Was he still?
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Late.
Okay, so they're 8 hours or something like
Wow.
that. Oof. Well, glad we caught him.
Yeah.
So glad you were on there, Navat. That's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, two more. How long are the resonators on there? How long?
Okay.
Well-
can you point out the one that wraps around? I don't know exactly what it measures. I mean, it's probably what, like, I think it's about 3 feet tall, so it's got to be about 6 feet long when it wraps around. Yeah. So the really long ones down here, they're so long that they just can't go straight down and stop because it would be too long, it would hit the floor. So it wraps back up around. And what you can't see on the other side of this is that the ones closest to me, they wrap up like a U on the other side. So probably the longest ones are pushing, I'm going to say 6 feet, maybe not quite 6, but not far off from it.
And then you got teeny ones.
Yeah,
that are
itty
like
bitty
this
ones up at the
big,
top.
like on this side.
It's really amazing. And this instrument is called the Roadster, and it's specifically, there's a whole lot of things about it that are just made for traveling, packing, and so it was,
Yep.
yeah.
Aluminum resonators, not brass, so that saves us 100 pounds. Doesn't quite sound the same, but it sounds amazing, and it saves our backs. So they come apart in 6 sections. I've got a YouTube video. We did a time lapse
It's really
of 30
cool.
minutes down to 30 seconds. You can see how it all comes apart.
Yeah, it's really cool.
All right, last one is, do you ever wear shoes?
Do I ever wear shoes? If I can get away with it, no. About the only time I wear shoes is, if I'm going into a convenience store, if I'm playing for a wedding and they tell me I need to wear shoes.
They're paying you.
And they're paying me. Yes, yes.
When you run.
Oh, when I run, yes. Except when I'm on the beach.
Yep.
When I run on the beach, I'll run barefoot. But yeah, you need to pay me to wear shoes, basically. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, yeah. So it's funny. I have to look at other people and say, when do I wear shoes? Help me out here. Cool. Well, thank you so much, everybody. I hope you had such a good time. It was great to spend time with you and chat with you. This was a lot of fun. Let's do it again.
Yes.
And once again, I'm not staring at the camera. Sorry. I want to thank. I know. Edward Tate here does not want to be recognized, but he is a wonderful fellow who is a veteran and is working for FEMA, and has ever since March has been working 80-hour plus weeks, and usually 6 to 7 days. There are still a lot of hot spots around in the world that are, and a lot of wonderful people standing up and making things happen. So just thank you to all our doctors and military volunteers. Also thank you for everybody who's just trying to do their best to address injustices in America and around the world. We have a phrase, be blessed, be human, be kind, and we hope that just you can take that with you wherever you go. So we love you guys. Thank you. God bless, and we'll see you next time.